Welcome back to the grind. Typically, Dr. Voodoo's Special 3 is not something to get too excited about, except it does do a nice power drain spell at the end. But in this situation, this Special 3 is doing a crazy amount of damage, and I'm refilling back to full with a matter of seconds, and I'm doing this against a 37,000 Science Symbiote. This fight was recorded in Variant 5 Chapter 2, and in this video we are going to discuss how having Dr. Voodoo, awakened or unawakened, is going to make this chapter so much easier to complete, and there are some great rewards for not only completing but exploring it. The reason that Dr. Voodoo does so well in this Chapter 2 of this variant is because of the global node that is present throughout the whole of Chapter 2, and that is Arcane Torrent, which for each buff on the defender, mystic attackers will gain 25% ability accuracy, 10% attack, and plus 10% power rate. Mystics also get 25% bleed debuff duration and armor break debuff duration, which will be helpful for other mystics. Now remember, that is per buff on the opponent. Dr. Voodoo has a 10% chance to place a Loa on their opponent, which is a buff with no effects. Now this doesn't matter if he's awakened or not, but if your Dr. Voodoo is awakened, you can possess yourself with Brother Daniel's, which increases your ability accuracy by 100%, so you'll stack up those Loa buffs on the opponent faster, which allows you this crazy ramp up where you're getting huge damage from special attacks. Now in this fight against Mr. Fantastic, I do have that weakened special 3, so I'm only doing about 5% with each hit, but you can see how fast I'm building up this energy, and I can just continue to spam them without having to worry about taking any parry damage or getting hit by any specials, and constantly draining that power from the opponent and just spamming those special 3s. Another option, which is probably viable anywhere below 50%, is to go for a special 1 if you can time it right, but with such insane power gain, the timing might be challenging, so don't force it. But look at that poison damage, hitting 12,401 per tick, and I think that should easily knock someone down from below 50%, even if you don't have quite as many Loa buffs on them as I did at the end there. This is even effective, if not more effective, for the Storm boss in the second map of Chapter 2, because Storm also generates other buffs like those resists and the heals. Dr. Voodoo might not be as reliable against the Scarlet Witch in the first map because of the poisons that Scarlet Witch applies, so there is that chance there that you'll be poisoned down. But against this Storm, even though she has that node that for every bar of power she gains, she gets more resists and decreased crit chance, we are dealing so much damage once we get ramped up. And I'm speeding up this first part, and we'll skip ahead a little bit to once the damage has ramped up. You can see there's a lot of buffs that she has generated, plus the 32 stacks of Loa now, which every single hit is applying a Loa buff to Storm now. So it really speeds up that ramp up process. And look how much damage these basic attacks are dealing. Once we get these buffs built up, it starts to get really high. There's 3,000, 4,000 on those medium attacks. Then here we have a 5,000, 3,000, 3,000, 3,000, 5,000 with that 5-hit combo. That's a lot of damage, especially for a 4-star against this Storm with multiple resists, and that special 3 did 17% damage. Then I made a mistake. I was going to try to go for a special 1 to finish it off, but that didn't work out, so I had to go in and finish it off with a different champion. But I'm going to let a couple other fights play out if you would like to watch those. I really hope this video is helpful. I hope it helps you complete this act, Variant 5 Chapter 2, if you have Dr. Voodoo as a 4 or 5-star, duped or unduped. But I hope, again, this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.